Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bill Levinson, managing partner with Levinson and Associates. With us today, we have Joseph Alakran, our marketing vice president, and we have a special guest speaker joining us as well. We're pleased to have Simon joining us all the way from Transamerica. So great stuff to come as always. We are one of the first IMOs to roll out this platform with Transamerica, and we're pleased to bring the great news to our agents. Just real quick, if you are set up with Transamerica, let's say through another upline, and you want to move over to Levinson because of all the value add, you can do that. In fact, when you write your first application, you get free leads. So we have the leads for contracting bonus that everyone on this call can participate in unless you're already appointed with Levinson and with Transamerica. So they have this brand new whole life product and some great technology that they're rolling out. We also have an awesome designation program that everyone on the call can take advantage of as well. Joe's going to talk about that a little more. We also have some other new additions. Real quick, the Bill Levinson Experience podcast, as you know, rolled out in January, and I hope you have the app on your iPhone or on your Android phone or on your tablet or even your desktop. Make sure you subscribe to the Bill Levinson Experience. And I want to mention real quick, we have a new episode we rolled out a couple of weeks ago with our premium finance guru. Kim from North Star was my guest speaker. And then next week, we have Lauren Berkeley, who's literally a celebrity estate planning attorney here in South Florida. And he talks all about new sales ideas, ways to partner up with agents to bring up the life insurance sale and conversation. So that's coming up next week. And then a few weeks after that, we bring in the top annuity consultant in the industry. Christopher is joining us for the final podcast of 2019. So we have some great other episodes you should check out. Gary Vaynerchuk, we did the Fortune 400, Jeff Levitetz, Paul Feldman, owner of Insurance Newsnet magazine. But these are all built, okay, with you in mind, okay? They're meant to motivate you, to inspire you, to give you new sales ideas, and even on the personal side. You know, some of our guest speakers have nothing to do with the insurance industry, okay, but one of them happens to be one of the wealthiest self-made guys in Florida. So he's got some great inspiration, but the point is make sure you listen. I don't care if you're at the gym or doing yoga, whatever the case is. Maybe you're in the car on your way to your next appointment. You need a little extra jazz and you want to get pepped up. Make sure you listen. If you have Bluetooth in your car, there's no reason to not listen, especially over music, okay? Because at least this, you can walk away with some good nuggets of information. Okay, back on track here. So the brand new Trans platform is rolling out with a $2 million non-med whole life product with living benefits included, a new e-app that's also rolling out, and this is available for new sales and conversions. Like I said earlier, Joe's going to talk about the designation program. We have a new live transfer lead program that we rolled out 2 weeks ago, and right now we have 2 test pilot agents that are using the new lead program, and he's 5 to 7 sales out of every batch of 15, and they're only $25 each. So the program has been working great so far. It's not for everyone, but for those of you who are willing to work from home and set aside a few hours every day, this program works, and it's very inexpensive. Okay. Also, last up, Ashley just started here, in fact, a week and a half ago. She's a great resource for you if you're on the annuity side or you've never sold an annuity before. Make sure to introduce yourself to Ashley. She's another great resource. Her and Josh are making a great team. And if you're a veteran in this space, they have some great information and resources for you. If you're brand new, never written an annuity, please feel free to call either one of them whenever time permits. Okay, Joe is going to take the wheel and talk for a few minutes, and then Simon will take over from there. I appreciate everyone taking the time. And then, Joe, let's do a little giveaway at the end as promised, and we'll have the red PDF attachments that everybody can print as well. Okay, thanks again. Joe?
Great, thank you, Bill. So just want to point out real quickly here, there are some handouts we've included in today's webinar. So I'm going to change the slide here. If you follow that GoToWebinar panel, just basically look to that arrow. You'll see the handouts. You can click on those and download. Those are actually specifically covering the Transamerica product we're going to dive into today. And of course, this afternoon, you'll receive a thank you email that will include all that material and a couple other pieces as well, including some of the lead programs and other resources that we're going to be covering today. So those handouts are available. Feel free to go ahead and download those. I'm actually going to go ahead and jump right in, hand over control to Simon. He's going to dive into the product and kind of give us a little bit more information and really tell you why we're so excited about being able to offer the whole life product with all the riders and benefits. I think you're really going to like the material he's going to cover. So Simon, I can see your screen, and thank you for joining us today.
Well, thank you both, Joe and Bill. Thanks very much for having me. My name is Simon McGowan. I am the Regional Vice President of Transamerica, covering some states that you guys aren't in, but I am stepping in today for the wholesaler that does. So appreciate you guys having me on. We're very excited about Transamerica's new lifetime whole life policy. Guaranteed death benefit, guaranteed premium, guaranteed cash value with living benefits to boot. So we're going to spend about the next 20-30 minutes talking about this. At the end, we're going to touch on Index Universal Life, and then we'll wrap it up and I'll hand it back over. So let's get going. How long would it take for a family to feel the financial impact from losing a primary wage earner? No one can predict the future, but you can prepare for it. 54% of families would feel the impact of losing a primary wage earner within 1 year or less. 48% of families would feel the impact within 6 months. Today, many clients are looking for a permanent life insurance solution that's simple, guaranteed, and customizable enough to meet whatever life throws at them. Most importantly, they want something that will be there when they need it. Meet the new Transamerica Lifetime Whole Life Insurance Policy. The new Transamerica Lifetime Whole Life Insurance Policy is simple, guaranteed, permanent life insurance from a highly rated carrier that will last a lifetime as long as premiums are paid. Its guarantees include a federal income tax-free level death benefit, cash accumulation, and level premiums for life that will never increase. It also comes with the ability to add living benefit riders at policy issuance that may help the policyholder address anything that life throws at them. They include the critical illness rider, the chronic illness rider, and the terminal illness accelerated death benefit rider. Collectively, these are known as living benefit riders. The issue ages for this policy are 0 to 80. Transamerica Life Insurance Company uses the age last birthday when determining issue age for the insured. Transamerica Lifetime has 4 face amount bands and 7 underwriting classifications. So Lifetime's new streamlined underwriting process is designed for faster speed to issue, more consistent application decisioning, and an easy, seamless experience. This process leverages automation to help achieve a reduction in overall cycle times for you and the client. So what is Express Protect underwriting? A new electronic application process. It's going to capture as much information as possible at first touch with the consumer to minimize, if not eliminate, the back and forth with the consumer. And it allows for fluidless acceleration processing. Automated. A portion of the medical and the financial risk factors that have traditionally been handled by an underwriter are now being automated. Rules have been created for these risk factors that leverage external data sources to enable us to score or approve based on certain criteria. Now, only the cases that need manual intervention will be individually reviewed by the underwriting team. Fluidless acceleration. Some clients may qualify for fluidless acceleration and accelerated underwriting decision without the need for traditional fluids, blood and urine. Best classes are available. In the past, clients could only get better than standard rate class through full underwriting with exams and labs. Now, the best two preferred classes, plus juveniles and non-medical, may qualify for the automated underwriting process. Avoid unnecessary requirements. You no longer need to order parameds or exams. Transamerica will order only when needed. And new tele-interview process. Depending on the case, your client may qualify for a tele-interview exam over the phone. This is convenient and available 24/7, allows them to avoid the traditional paramed exam, and helps get cases issued faster. So in an effort to enhance the customer and agent experience, we are introducing a new application that will help collect more information on your customer upfront, reducing the need to request additional traditional underwriting requirements like personal history interviews, as well as significantly increasing applications submitted in good order. The recommended is the e-application. Our e-application will provide you, the agent, with guidance and prompts to assist in the application process and will help ensure the application is in good order before submission to the home office. Additionally, if your customer will require the completion of the tele-interview, there will be a clear prompt indicating this direction. Not all customers will require the tele-interview. The paper application, when leveraging a paper application, only the Part 1 of the application will be available for completion. All paper Part 1 applications will require the applicant to complete a tele-interview, which will be prompted once the paper application is received in good order. The paper process may take longer as all elements that are not need to be resolved before we are able to prompt the tele-interview process. Sorry, getting tongue-tied here. Some applications will go straight through and a decision will be made at point of sale. Non-medical limits have been expanded. So we're going to disregard Dynamax, which is what you're seeing down the middle here. That was a whole life product that was available through one distribution and it is going away. But the idea here is that we're issuing Transamerica Lifetime from ages 0 to 80, really 15 days old, with a minimum face amount of $25,000. Maturity age of 121. There's limited pay options, so we can do a 10, a 20, and a 30 pay, as well as a life pay. The age basis is age last. We mentioned that before. There's these 7 risk classes. The accidental death benefit rider, we're going to get into all the riders in just a second, can be issued from ages 15 to 55. And there is a children's benefit rider, chronic and critical we talked about. Terminal, we talked about. There's a disability waiver premium rider, a guaranteed insurability rider, income protection option. We're going to touch on that in a minute too. And a true term insurance rider, not a base insured rider, but a true trendsetter super for those of you who are familiar with our term rider. The digital application submission is this new Transamerica Life application. There's a new tele-interview if needed. And the home office orders a requirement only if needed. Non-med maximums, so these are based on the ages, but we can go up to 2 million ages 18 to 45. This is for that fluidless acceleration. And then the Express Protect underwriting is what we've been talking about. So Transamerica Lifetime allows the policy owner to customize the policy with riders that are important to them. In addition to all of the policy's inherent components, there are a variety of riders that the client can apply for based on their needs. Riders and benefits have specific limitations, may incur additional costs, and may not be available in all jurisdictions. The maximum base policy face amount may be limited by the addition of certain riders. So for all of these details, including the charges, terms, and conditions for each of these riders, please consult the riders in the guides. Families need help addressing a number of issues. The question is no longer simply What would happen if I die prematurely? They also have to plan to pay for retirement-related expenses and other concerns. But perhaps a more and more urgent concern is how are they going to help pay for expenses related to chronic, critical, and terminal illnesses? In the event that the insured is diagnosed with a terminal illness, the death benefit can be accelerated and paid to the policy owner. Terminally ill means that the insured has a medical condition resulting from bodily injury or disease, or both, which is expected to result in the death of the insured within 12 months of diagnosis. In the event that the insured is diagnosed as terminally ill, 100% of the available death benefit, up to $1.5 million, can be requested for acceleration. The actual amount paid to the policy owner will be less because it is discounted to reflect early payment of the policy's death benefit. So some additional information. There is no cost until the time a rider benefit is requested, and those are admin charges. So there's a current admin charge of $350 assessed at that time. The accelerated payment amount is reduced by a discount factor that reflects the early payment of the death benefit. The maximum amount that can be accelerated is the lesser of 100% of the policy's death benefit up to the $1.5 million. The maximum accelerated death benefit amount that is declared by Transamerica. And this maximum is subject to change, but will never be lower than $500,000. Terminal illness claims are paid before other living benefit rider claims. Critically ill means that the insured has been diagnosed by a physician with one or more specified health conditions or underwent one or more specified medical procedures. Examples include, but are not limited to, the list indicated on this slide. So examples of a critical illness might include heart attack, stroke, cancer, end-stage renal failure, major organ transplant, blindness, paralysis, AIDS, aplastic anemia, first coronary angioplasty, first coronary artery bypass, a motor neuron disease, or central nervous disease. Note here in California, if any of you are there, the insured must be diagnosed with a medical condition that would, in the absence of treatment, result in the insured's death within 12 months. If the insured is diagnosed with a qualifying critical illness, up to 90% of the available death benefit, up to $500,000, can be requested for acceleration. The actual amount, again, will be paid to the policy owner will be less because of the discounted to reflect the early payment of the policy's death benefit. So here's the issue ages for the critical illness rider. You can see that the base policy, we can issue ages 0 to 80, but for the rider, we can only, for those preferred risk classes, issue it to age 70. If you get somebody who's between age 70 and 75, the best risk class that they would be offered for that would be a standard or standard tobacco. Chronic illnesses can prevent people from performing basic activities of daily living, like bathing, continence, dressing, toileting, eating, and transferring. Those are the 6 ADLs. If an insured is unable to perform 2 of these 6 ADLs without help or is severely cognitively impaired for at least 90 days, the policy owner can accelerate up to 24% of their available death benefit of their policy annually up to the lesser of 90% of the policy's death benefit, or $1.5 million. The actual amount paid to the policy owner will be less because it is discounted to reflect early benefit. We've heard this before, early payment of the policy death benefit. The chronic illness rider is the last to be paid when multiple living benefit requests are made. So, same issue ages as before. So let's talk about some of these additional riders. We have the guaranteed insurability benefit rider. Issue ages for this are 0 to 37. This rider provides the option to purchase additional life insurance without evidence of insurability at the same underwriting class that currently applies to the base policy. The minimum increase amount is $2,500. The maximum is $50,000. There are regular option dates on the regular option dates are policy anniversaries following the insured's 22nd, 25th, 28th, 31st, 34th, 37th, and 40th birthdays. Alternate option dates are available after the insured's marriage, birth or adoption of a child, or college graduation. Term insurance rider, we talked about this before, is an affordable way to provide additional coverage to the primary insured. This term coverage will help fill a temporary need of additional life insurance above the current face amount of the base policy. It's available in 10, 20, or 30-year term lengths. This is not a base insured rider, which we have available on our Indexed Universal Life. This is a true trendsetter super term rider in these level term periods, 10, 20, or 30. The Children's Benefit Rider provides the primary insured's kids between ages 15 days and 18 years with level term insurance coverage up to age 25. So the minimum purchase amount is $1,000 and the maximum is going to be $99,000. There's an accidental death benefit rider. This pays the face amount of the rider if the insured's death results directly from the accidental bodily injury, independent from all other causes. The death must occur within 180 days of accidental bodily injury, and the injury must occur on or before the policy anniversary following the insured's 70th birthday. The rider will terminate on the policy anniversary after the insured attains age 70 or is specified in the rider. The disability waiver of premium, we can issue this for ages 18 to 55. It's subject to certain conditions. This rider applies the rider benefit amount shown in the policy as if it were a premium payment into the policy. When we receive proof that while the rider was in force, the insured became totally disabled, the insured's total disability began before the policy's anniversary on or following the insured's age 65, and the insured's total disability has existed continuously for at least 6 months. This rider will not cover any premiums that were due more than 1 year before we receive a written claim. The rider terminates at the insured's age 65 unless at that time we have been waiving premiums continuously since before the insured's age 60 or is specified in the rider. Transamerica Life Insurance Company also offers the income protection option. We actually offer this on all of our policies, and it's not, and it may say this here in a second, but this is not a rider in the traditional sense that you pay for it. This is more of a benefit, an option that you can add to it. So traditionally, a life insurance death benefit is paid out in a one-time lump sum payment. Many people are unaware that there are additional options. The income protection option can help someone structure their death benefit in a way to address short and long-term needs by determining how their heirs receive the benefits, whether it's a lump sum or periodic payments. Any guarantees associated with the IPO endorsement are based on the claims paying ability of the company. The IPO, so this income protection option helps clients structure the life insurance death benefit by controlling the payment amounts, who receives them, and for how long. The IPO provides 3 payout options to beneficiaries: an initial lump sum and or a monthly income for 5 to 25 years and or a final lump sum. The policy owner can choose initial and final lump sums, each with a minimum amount of $10,000 if elected. They can also select a monthly income stream that can vary from 5 to 25 years with a minimum of $100 a month. And the income protection option is available at no additional premium cost. It may include multiple beneficiaries and can be modified by the policy owner prior to the death of the insured. So note here that a portion of each monthly payment and a portion of the final lump sum are income tax reportable as interest income. So let's take a look at a hypothetical couple and see how the income protection option may be a solution for their scenario. Dan and Jane are considering a Transamerica lifetime policy with IPO as a way to meet their life insurance objectives. They are questioning, will their family have enough to cover living expenses if something happens to them? And how can they help to ensure financial security of a spouse and kids into the future? So in this example, we illustrate Dan leaving an initial lump sum to Jane in the amount of $100,000 and a guaranteed monthly income of $1,000 for 20 years. Greg and Peter each receive $500 a month for 20 years and a final lump sum of $25,000. Although Dan applied and paid for an initial face amount of $450,000, I'm going to take a breath for a second. $490,519. By selecting an initial lump sum for Jane, monthly income of $2,000 and a final lump sum payment of $25,000 for each child, Dane's family actually receives a total of $630,000. We got there. Sorry, guys. That was a rough one. So, the example here is based on, I think my thing just shut down. Sorry, guys. Hold on a second. We'll get back to it momentarily. Technical difficulties here. Okay. All right, I got to catch up again. Sorry, guys. Almost there. Don't know what happened. Man, we were so much further along. All right, so the example is based on a hypothetical scenario to show how the income protection option settlement option may work. It was calculated using the guaranteed interest rate of 2%. Onwards and upwards. So, what are some good target audiences for Transamerica Lifetime? The cash value accumulators are looking for a simple solution with guaranteed cash values. They could be interested in short pay scenarios to maximize the contract by paying premiums early and letting the cash value grow. They often have their sights set on using cash value to supplement retirement. Some customers are looking to have insurance that will last for their entire lifetime. They want a simple to understand solution that includes level premiums and strong guarantees. They may be more conservative than most clients and are risk averse. Parents or grandparents of juveniles want to build cash value for children to use later in life. This could be for college funding, a down payment for a home, or to protect their ability to purchase life insurance later in life. This could be purchased by a parent or grandparent that wants to gift this to a child. Customers seeking to cover final expense needs want to ensure that when they pass away, their family is not burdened by the costs associated with funeral. They traditionally purchase smaller face amounts and are more cost sensitive. And some want to transfer their wealth to future generations in a leveraged, tax-advantaged way. They also utilize the benefit of limited pay scenarios, where after a specific pay period, their policy is guaranteed forever. Guarantee is subject to claims paying ability of the issuing life insurance company. So, term conversion rules. Conversion is allowed into this product. conversion is not allowed from this product. Makes sense. Transamerica Lifetime will be used to replace WL10 as our main conversion whole life product, and it will also replace the Trans ACV as the primary conversion product. If the existing term policy has an inherent critical or chronic illness rider, and the new policy being converted to offers the critical or chronic illness rider, then we will automatically issue one on the new permanent policy. The accidental death benefit and waiver of disability are not convertible unless contractually provided in the original term. Term policies greater than $2 million may convert via multiple Transamerica Lifetime policies, and each of the additional policy fees are then waived. So if you get somebody with a $10 million term, they still can convert into this. They're going to end up with 5 policies, but they're only going to pay 1 policy fee. In the first 5 years of a term policy, they can convert to the non-conversion rate on LWL, on Lifetime Whole Life. And then after 5 years, can convert to Lifetime Whole Life with the conversion rate. So we have marketing materials, we have consumer guides, agent guides, all of this. We're gonna ask that you contact Levinson & Associates for all your marketing materials and illustrations relating to Lifetime Whole Life. So that ends the whole life portion of this. We were going to touch briefly on Indexed Universal Life, specifically the Financial Foundation Indexed Universal Life. And, you know, our top agents tell us that they recommend FFIUL, Financial Foundation Indexed Universal Life, for one of 2 reasons. And that's going to be our long-term care protection or our index crediting strategy. But let's start by talking about the index crediting strategy. It is powerful and effective, it's transparent, and it's consistent. So powerful and effective. We have 2 indices. We have the S&P 500 and we have the Global Index Account. The S&P 500 has a 0.75% floor and a 13.75% cap. And the Global Index, which is our most popular index, has a 15% cap, which is one of the highest in the industry, and that same 0.75% guaranteed floor. The Global Index Account has a look-back feature. So it's really, it's sometimes referred to as a rainbow option, where 20% is always getting allocated to how the Hang Seng performs, and then the other 80% gets split. So as we look at the performance of either the S&P 500 or the Euro Stoxx in any given period, whichever one outperforms the other is the one that gets the higher weighting. So 50% goes to that, and the 30% goes to the lower. So it's 100% equity. So when we talk about high caps matter, the average up year, if we took out all of the down years in the S&P 500 and just averaged the up years, the average up year of the S&P 500 is 19.4%. And if we do the same thing and we talk about the average down years and get rid of all the ups, the average down year is negative 12.2%. So low caps of some of the other companies are really ineffective at locking in and protecting the gains. With a 15% cap and a 19.4% average in up years, you want to gain as much of that as you can, and we're doing that with that 15%. And we're giving you the downside protection with a guaranteed 0.75% floor. Transparency, you know, agents are getting tired of IUL, so we can't understand or explain. FFIUL, there's no black box multipliers, there's no moving parts. It's, you know, there's a guaranteed 100% participation rate, simplicity of an annual point to point. And there's no averages or blends or spreads or buy-ups, none of that. Easy to understand, easy to explain. And it's consistent. You know, we have never lowered our IUL caps. our FFIUL caps. In fact, we've only changed them once since inception of this product in 2014, and that was actually an increase. You can see that here. And we can do that through a couple of ways. We're the only carrier other than Allianz that doesn't have to hire investment bankers on Wall Street to purchase the options. We run our own in-house dynamic hedge fund. And the important result is the consistency in the caps, again, has never been lowered since the intro in 2012. So we can keep those caps high, and we can do so by keeping the cost of the options low. And then, the other thing we're told is our long-term care rider and our living benefits. This is one of the biggest reasons that this has been the number one. It was the number one selling IUL in the industry for 14 consecutive quarters, and it's got a $2 million cap at issue, but it has the ability to increase to keep up with inflation. So if we design this with an increasing death benefit option, then that $2 million initial death benefit can grow to $3 million alongside the death benefit, and now they've got a $3 million pool of money for their long-term care as well. And furthermore, it's an indemnity style rider. It's not a reimbursement. So again, Financial Foundation Index Universal Life, it's powerful and effective, it's transparent, it's consistent, and our long-term care rider and our living benefits, the same ones we just ran through on the whole life, are also available on the Financial Foundation IUL. So with that, gentlemen, Joe and Bill, I am wrapped up what I wanted to talk about today. I appreciate you letting me have some time.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate you jumping on. We're going to dive into a couple other things I wanted to mention that were, of course, advertised in our email that we sent out. And Bill mentioned it earlier, but our new live lead transfer program that was just launched about a week and a half ago. Bill mentioned we have a couple agents that are using this on a test pilot program, and they have been for about a month and a half. So we're seeing awesome results. The great thing is the minimum order is just 15. These are direct live transfers, so you actually coordinate with the vendor. Your phone will ring, and you'll have that lead vendor with that client on the phone. The discounted price for Levinson agents is $25 per transfer. Awesome program. There's a brand new lead script that will be included if you order those leads. And what I'll do is send out a link in today's thank you email that has all that information included. On the right-hand side of the screen, you're seeing our lead program microsite, which is levinsonleadprogram.com. That basically highlights every single one of our lead programs, whether it's the mortgage term, final expense, annuity mailers, additional live transfer programs. So all that's available at your fingertips. And of course, we'll include that, like I said, in that email. I do want to point out another great tool. Simon already covered some of the non-med issues. We have a great section on our website. I will include this link as well that covers top non-med options, whether it's term, universal life, IUL, whole life. It's all broken down by carrier. It shows you the limits, the issue ages, whether there's an EAP or not. So you can have all that at your fingertips to know, hey, which carrier should I go to based on this client and their issue age and the death benefit? You'll know exactly which carrier has those non-med limits included inside of that product. Another great resource, if you haven't used the IUL Experience, this is an awesome tool specifically designed for everything IUL, whether you're looking for the IUL sales software, some additional training, client material, training videos, even information on all the different carriers and products. If you want to compare, what some of the rates are, the caps, death benefit issue amounts, this is a great resource to have. You can basically click through every single tab of this website and learn more about all the IUL products, and more importantly, some of the ways you can uncover new IUL leads. Like Simon said, Transamerica's IUL is very straightforward, great product, one of the better selling IULs in the industry, and a great way to kind of supplement or kick off some new IUL sales is by using the sales software that we can provide to all Levinson agents. There's been a lot of different software platforms throughout the year, but this particular software is pretty awesome. It actually gives you the IUL proposal, gives you tax analysis software, downside software, customized reports that are designed specifically for your clients. So you have a client-specific brochure, proposal, downside scenario, even showing what happens when there's no return on the product. How does that policy perform? What does it look like? And then we even have PowerPoint presentation material, both for groups and a one-on-one presentation. So great way to actually get the point across and really explain IUL. If you've ever seen an IUL illustration, they're kind of difficult to sell from. So by using this, agents are being able to close a lot more sales because they're explaining the whole IUL concept on a very, very easy to understand level. If you don't have access to this software, the next time you request to run an IUL quote, just call the Levinson marketing team and say, hey, can you put this into that IUL sales software and give me the report? We'll send that right over to you. It's going to make your job a lot easier when it comes to presenting that IUL product. Additionally here, one thing we talked about is as a appointed agent with Transamerica, you can actually take advantage of the CFEI designation, which stands for Certified Financial Education Instructor. This program basically helps you as an agent learn and of course obtain the materials to be able to hold and teach your own classes to clients, to leads, to prospects about financial education. So once you graduate this course, everything can be done online. It only takes one day. You basically get trained, you get certified, and then you become the teacher. So the program is going to provide you all that material, not only just to study and learn how to use this platform, but also how to plan that event, how to deliver certificates to the clients. And the whole point is if you use this at a local library or restaurant, you're teaching clients about financial education and how different life insurance products can help, and even disability products can help with that financial education. So you're looked at as an educator, and it really helps strengthen that bond and really generate a lot of new sales for you. So we have a lot of agents taking advantage of this. I will include the link to access all the material and the sign up in this afternoon's email as well. Moving on here, Transamerica is an awesome company for foreign national resources. Our agency being in South Florida, a lot of agencies we have being in Texas, California, we have a lot of need for foreign national clients. So there are some awesome resources that have been put together. If you see on this screen here, you can go under underwriting, click on foreign nationals. You'll have access to all the material, all the information. Transamerica really did a great job in putting together not only just guides for agents, but also information for clients to understand, what type of tax regulations or guidelines do we have to worry about as a foreign national, and we can really provide all those solutions to help make that sale for you. So I'll also include that link in today's email that you'll receive as well. Some awesome upcoming training events. Our Agency Automator CRM platform is a great tool to help you stay on top of all your clients, do some outbound email marketing. If you want to maybe go into here and take a database of existing clients and say, hey, look, Transamerica's got this brand new product. Here's the brochure. Here's some information. You can go ahead and do that through that Agency Automator platform. We do trainings every day, Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then we've got some awesome upcoming webinars. You're seeing here the 21st at 2 p.m. We're talking about 3 top sales concepts to grow your business. That includes the Insure Me Now Direct online tech platform for agents where your clients can run quotes, apply for coverage, and even get approved instantly. We're also covering some premium finance material as well. At the bottom there on the 26th at 2 p.m. Eastern, we're covering some great IUL sales concepts, including premium finance as well. So you're going to hear and see some great resources specifically on the IUL product, what type of clients that we're looking for with the IUL sale, all the different uses of Index Universal Life. We're even going to cover some living benefit riders in that webinar as well. And then second to last here, our Levinson podcast channel. This is a great resource. If you have an iPhone or Android, really any smartphone, you can go and pull up the podcast. We do have new episodes that launched, including a deep dive into premium finance. We're actually having some awesome new updated podcast sessions coming out within the next month. One is an estate planning attorney who's going to talk about how they've been able to help different agents cultivate and generate and close more cases by partnering with an estate planning attorney that can help answer some of those legal questions. And then we have an annuity sales specialist that's going to jump in, kind of explain how the annuity market is changing, what to look out for, and give you a couple awesome new sales ideas to be able to dive into that annuity marketplace. Even if you're been writing annuities for years and years, I always hear from agents that say they picked up some great nuggets of information to help them write more annuity business. And if you're brand new into the annuity marketplace, we have some awesome trainings that walk you through step by step as well. And then finally here, I will close, well, before I close with our Positive Tuesday, Bill mentioned a giveaway earlier in the call. All you have to do is from your smartphone or tablet or computer, send us a screenshot of that Levinson podcast channel. We will mail you a sales book, either an IUL book or an RMD book that's designed for seniors to kind of explain required minimum distributions and how life insurance can be used as an alternative. Those are great books to give to your client, have them read and kind of come back to you and say, wow, I didn't really understand how I could use life insurance in that capacity, but now it makes sense and it will help generate a sale for you. So send a screenshot over to Bill and we'll get you those books in the mail. Finally, we end with our Positive Tuesday quote of the week. These are posted on our social media page, and I think it's really great to kind of start the week. And I just wanted to close with this, and then again, I'll get everyone that email this afternoon. So this week's Positive Tuesday quote is, perseverance keeps the motor running. Hope is the fuel it burns, and drive is what keeps you moving forward. Thank you so much, Simon. I appreciate your time, and I, of course, appreciate everyone taking time out of the day. Have a great rest of the week and great selling. Take care.